What up, boys, and welcome back to another video. So this is another episode of my series on making a million gold using every single class in the game. Finished the Death Knight, now we moved over to the Priest, and I'm currently only at like 4,000 gold with the Priest because I haven't cleaned out any sales yet. So that's what we're going to do in this episode, and we're also going to talk about the farms that I've done so far. So the professions that I went with was herbalism, because I did mining on the Death Knights. I wanted a change, and also skinning, because well, skinning is probably my favorite profession. But the main focus on skinning has been with old content, like last episode when I did like heavy cleft tooth and so on, sunken temple. So that's like the focus on the priest, because the priests they are faster than a Death Knight. They have AoE enough to do a lot of old content skinning farms, but like my Shadow Priest trying to do Shadowlands skinning is absolutely horrible. So that's going to stop me up for a bit. But then again, I know that most people, including myself, are tired of Shadowlands skinning. So I'm trying to limit that. I'm now only going to use Shadowlands skinning to level the tune up to gain experience while gold farming. And every time I stream me making gold in the priest, it's going to be me doing some sort of old content gold farms. So before we dive into the video, I want to mention that you guys can still get the 0 to 10 million gold guide 50% off. Just type the code Shadowlands into the discount field using the link down below. And this is a complete step-by-step guide on how to start pretty much from nothing and then making 10 million gold. So check it out if you haven't already. So as I said, skinning and herbalism on my my priest. You guys can see the desolate letter and the callous letter. Like I've barely done it, not even an hour of Shadowlands skinning since last video. I did do an hour of the baby crocs in Uldum, which I made a video on last week. And then I did an hour of Shearer's Veil herbalism farming because I noticed that the price on them was up to 70 gold each, which is insane. If you see my last sales has been an average of 18 gold each. Besides from that, I did some Uldaman skinning, and I also did Deep Home Trogs. If you guys haven't tried out the Deep Home Trogs, it takes place in Deep Home, obviously, like all the way here at Stoneheart. I made a video about this probably like a year ago. This really, really good farm. And also I did Primal Mana, as you can see down here. Only worth 22,000 gold in my realm, has a market value of almost 56,000 gold, but my realm is kind of shit on price. So that's what I did. While doing Ashura's Veil, I actually also got the Poseidus mount because Poseidus was up, so I killed him. I got that one and like one of these epic boots for transmog. The bad thing about every single transmog item that I've received is that when you're only going for 1,000,000 gold, the chances of selling these transmog items are kind of slim. Like it takes a while to deal with transmog, so that's why I'm not focusing on transmog on probably any of these classes that I'm going to bring to 1,000,000 gold. So we're going to go ahead. This is what we have left on the auction house that hasn't sold from last week. So 100,000 gold worth. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to post everything that we just got up on the auction house. And we're going to see how much gold it's worth, how much market value we have in the auction house in total. And then we're going to clean out the mailbox. See, now it went down to 35 gold each. So that's the bad thing about like making these update videos that I can't really, well, I can, but I don't want to post everything on the auction house just after I farm it when the price might be good. Instead, I wait to do these videos to show you guys everything that I farmed. So sometimes that can screw me over, like now with the Ashura's Veil. Calicide has been going down in price, man. I still think it's a really decent farm, but god damn, it's gone down. Old meats, everything. Let's see. Then we're getting the primals up on the auction house. Like that. Post the volatiles. Got some cinder blooms, heart blossom. These are all the mats that you get from the Depot and Trog farm because you're using the potion of treasure finding. This one, you get the tiny treasure chest, which gives you volatiles and other mats. Let's see. There we go. We're also, I'm going to post the Poseidus mount up on the auction house too. I'm not going to post the transmog items up right now. Firstly, I want to see how much value I have on the auction house in just materials, because the materials are likely to sell during this challenge, and the transmog isn't. So I don't want to show you guys some, let's just call it fake value. So right now I'm sitting at 207,000 gold in market value up on the auction house, and that's without posting the so-called transmog items. Some of these have an okay enough sell rate, but as I said though, getting them to sell is gonna be tough. Like, you usually have to repost a lot of these items for weeks and months in order to get any sales whatsoever. Let's see. There we go. And in sales, I made 85,000 gold. So selling some volatiles, Heart Blossom, some old school leather, as you can see. More volatiles from doing herbalism. Light leather, let's see, is there anything of interest? Some foods, rugged leather selling as well. Heavy calcite, elementium ore sold. And yeah, it's just a bunch of minor sales adding up to 85k. So this challenge is going way slower than the Death Knight, even though I'm having more fun doing the Priest. But the reason it's going slower is because on the Death Knight, I went kind of hardcore on Shadowlands skinning. And Shadowlands skinning is still a really good goal. I mean, it sells instantly. So instead of doing a lot of Shadowlands skinning like I did in my Death Knight, I'm doing like these old materials, which sell slower. So I think that in a couple of days, the total market value of my auction house is going to be super high, but I'm not going to get as many sales as I got on the Death Knight. So it's definitely a different approach, and it works better in the long run, not when you're going for 1 million gold. But then again, I don't want to do Shadowlands skinning on like every class in the game to 1 million gold, just because that's the most optimal way to make 1 million gold fast, right? So, I guess you guys understand, nobody wants to see me either skinning 24/7, killing reindeers in Shadowlands. So, that's it for today's video. If you guys got any questions whatsoever, leave them down below in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching the video. And I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Until then, bye-bye.